Preparing for Conscious Contact and Symbolism Part 2. August 21, 2015. Lionsgate After Affects Part 2. By Joanna L. Preparing for Conscious Contact. Preparing for conscious contact is held within every moment. We are moving into a refined state of awareness that can allow us to take the magic within every moment and know we are the creator of it all. We now have the awareness and skill set to adjust, redirect, move, honor, or merely enjoy whatever it is that we manifest, and in this, we are no longer obligated or stuck within the old reality paradigm of structure and limitation. We are mirrored within every experience, and it is a path of divine unfolding, if we see ourselves in such brilliant quantum potential. And yes, it is all very real, and it is all very profound. Remember, just because something is experienced on the energetic level, does not make it any less real. In fact, it is the energetic experience that is the basis for all of existence, and is our natural state of being to explore all that we can within every reality frequency. A birthright, if you will, to be the unlimited aspect of divine creation, that can allow us to experience this vibrational reality as the best version of who and what we desire. This reality experience is truly unlimited, and truly profound. These summer energies have allowed me to experience many wonderful things, and as the veil drops, I am sensing more ET energy around me in my everyday life. My blueprint at this point is allowing me to get comfortable with their energy in a much more surreal way. This is why I take every opportunity to express my delight and excitement, a sense of deep gratitude and reverence for all of these profound multidimensional experiences, for I know the design and orchestration behind and the plethora of beings working behind the scenes on my behalf. Such lovely multidimensional experiences is really the energetic gauge for your team to discern if you are ready for more. It is not something that you can plan on or expect, for these experiences float into your reality in a natural and loving way, so that an honest assessment of your readiness can be made. Ascension path work has brought us to this amazing phase, and one that feels like a new beginning. As I have written in the past few months, we are being prepared in ways that humanity has never experienced energetically before, and this is the testing ground for true fifth-dimensional living. You will be moving through emotional issues that can bring forth lightning, clarity, self-worth, self-love, and a knowingness that can bring with it the Akashic releases to assist you in this new paradigm we are stepping up into. I am sensing these profound energies will level out in October and create the foundation from which true fifth-dimensional play will invite to humanity. It is time to play, dear lighted ones, and we are being encouraged to bring forth all we know, all we are, to this divine game and truly start manifesting a magical reality. It is no accident that humanity is evolving, and it is no accident that Gaia has been preparing us for what we are swimming within right now. Many aspects of this reality have been altered and adjusted for us to step up into the frequencies that allow us to experience this dropping of the veil, and why it will feel as if we have lost or moved through a loss. We are letting go of all that we knew, and it is unlike anything we can imagine. Embrace all aspects of this life, embrace all aspects of who you are, and in all ways, in all moments, fall into a sense of love with it all, for it is your canvas that propels all things energetic. You have all that you need, so go forth and create your own sense of unimaginable brilliance. If you are consciously tapping into greater inner reflection, intention, integration, and expansion in all ways, the physical conscious contact will be a natural and progressive unfolding. We are stretching all that we know, to create the energetic potentials that will support and offer co-creation of a conscious physical visitation. We are seeing more and more examples of how real energy is, and it swirls around our everyday experience. It is no surprise that when we are in our higher consciousness states, we are pure spirit. In these heightened states of awareness, our abilities are truly unlimited. We are able to engage and entangle with a multiple of beings from a multiple range of frequencies and star systems, and find that we can even feel tired from our nighttime excursions, because we are really very busy. We are in constant contact with our celestial friends and family members, and it is in the waking states, however, that we forget how unlimited we really are. In our conscious states, we reinstate conditions or limitations and rules, so that we can move and navigate around what appears to be an unchanged reality. This summer has shown us that this is changing. We are moving into such levels of heightened and refined states of awareness, that there will be moments of profound surreal experiences, and you will know the veil has dropped. We fly, drift, and enmesh with all of creation easily and effortlessly, in higher consciousness states, and communion with the higher self is seamless and unified. This will be more and more evident as we move along in the coming months, and will be provided with moments of profound clarity to allow you a taste of what true union is like. We are remembering, relearning, and awakening into our spirit aspects, and it is within this physical encasing, human-to-human experience, that is, the very prep work for open conscious contact. We will always be offered the opportunity to prepare ourselves for such events, and it will not be something that comes without the ability to process the energy and unfolding of such an event. Your team knows exactly what they are doing, and the more open, loving, engaged, and excited you are as you move about your daily human life, the more fluid and miraculous these experiences will be. Remember too, that you will be aligned with those that you have contracted to work with, and there will be more than one being assisting and guiding you into expanded experiences of contact. This is all very perfect in its design, and in your higher states of awareness, you are involved in all of these proceedings. None of it is out of your hands, or control. This is why we are in a constant state of refinement and clarification on our intent to live authentically and with open hearts and compassion. These are vibrations that openly offer, invite, and engage with higher dimensional, or interdimensional beings. This is why enlightenment has often been described as unlimited, and freeing, because there are less constructs and boundaries. Contact can truly come forth in a myriad of ways and potentials, once it is energetically viable to do so. With articles like this, group meditations, shamanic sharing circles, personal ascension path work, can be the very window that initiates ascension and contact. As you integrate expansive potentials within your everyday life, you offer up an equally matching reality to mesh with. Whatever it is you emit is the exact potential that will be offered, and this is universal law. This is the quantum free play that allows us to commingle and engage on a multidimensional level. What we experience is equally matched with the vibration we set for ourselves, and it is perfectly designed for us, by us, through us. Just as we can experience energy being everything and everything being energy, so too is the symbolism in our lives. Symbolism is the energetic synchronicity manifested by various levels of spirit, our higher conscious states, and our teams, to create inward inner dialogue for growth, self-love, and expansion. In knowing this, we can apply this to the potential of expanding into communication with the myriad of multidimensional beings that also desire to engage and play with us. Synchronicity also moves within unlimited potentials and is equally matched to the awareness we carry. The more open and willing we are to playfully engage, whether it be in a peaceful meditation in the forest, or on a long drive home down a few dirt roads, there will always be a miracle waiting to unfold if you are aligned to experience it. This is why I have often said, this reality experience is so utterly profound. We have unlimited access to spirit, and it is completely up to us to reach for the stars and go beyond all that we knew. The nectar of this elixir of life, is that of the intent you set, the vibration, the frequency, the purity of all that you are, and know with every cell within you, that you are profound in all that unfolds to create a positive and loving meaning to it all. We can toggle between the seemingly real, and unreal, all within the same physically spirited experience, and we initiate it all with our free will, and the purity of our intent. Awaken, dear lighted ones, for this world of the unseen is truly becoming more and more surreal with every passing day, and it is beckoning us to reengage at heightened levels. Mother/Father God, our precious Gaia, and all aspects of life within it all, is a path of potential, and it is filled with magically divine symbolism. As I made my way home that night, I wondered why none of my GPS systems worked, when only earlier that day it seemed to work fine. I wondered about the lightship in the sky that seemed to place itself exactly in the direction of every turn I needed to take, and why the forest and night sky seemed to come alive the moment I surrendered excitedly into whatever may unfold. I have learned over the past few years, that stepping up into excitement and surrender is really the only way to move through such unexplainable experiences, and I know that all are divinely guided. It is in this that you can walk forward in deep gratitude and surrender, for there are many beings that have your back, as you step more and more outside your comfort zone. We are truly awakening within the dream, and the reality in which we manifest is one of greater connection, entanglement, and mystery, and there isn't one moment that symbolism does not exist within it all. Symbolism allows us to connect and engage with the innately magical and mystical aspects of who we are, but also know we are able to manifest and create any synchronicity. Isn't this why we are here? Are we not here to experience a life that is this magical and profound? We are the very symbolic aspects of Source, and we mirror back every precious moment, manifestation, and experience. Every chance meeting, every dragonfly, every grassy knoll, every sound, sight, and feeling, there is synchronicity so within it all. This is how entangled we are within all aspects of creation, and if we were not, then synchronicity would not exist, and neither would we. Out of benevolence and love, symbolism is the communication encoding of spirit and unlimited potential, and is gifted as a tool by Source to show us our infinite entanglement within it all. More Lion's Gate activation and soul symbolism. The next day, I was out and about with my family discovering a new Gaia landmark, right here in this beautiful province. The Okotoks erratic glacial, Big Rock Formation is only 30 minutes away from where I live, and it was here that I experienced even more symbolism that was anchored from the Lion's Gate opening the day before. One of my life themes and story lessons is that I move beyond lack of self-worth, and step up into greater self-love. This energetic clearing has been stirring within me for a few weeks, and I have intuitively sensed that this summer and fall would be the perfect platform, an energetic offering to support such soulful resolve. As we made our way out to the erratic, my GPS again went down, and we had to make our way there without a navigational directory. In the awareness of such gateways and portals, we can see that such intensified energy can manifest electronic devices to disengage and completely shut off. Those of us that work in this realm of energy, have often experienced malfunctioning electronic devices, or disengagements with the tools we use, and this day was no different. We can let go of the stress and frustration when our equipment goes down, for it encourages us to engage with reality and one another in a new way. There is always a reason and a message within every experience, so it really is best if you allow yourself to trust and flow into everything that is offered. Symbolism will encourage you to discern and trust what you are intuitively guided to. It allows us to use our intuition and read our environment from a much more engaged manner. In the symbolism of technology not working, or even in the getting lost, to wherever it is you are traveling, there is a divine message within it all, and it unfolds to us in every way. Sometimes the best and most profound paths are those that are taken with no map, and no plan, so allow yourself to fall into whatever synchronicity that is gifted, for there is divine wisdom within it all. We found our way to the beautiful Big Rock Formation, and I have attached the link for you in the description to have a look at this profound Gaia offering. I knew instantly that Big Rock, a seemingly profound, yet awkwardly and perfectly erected stone, set in the middle of a flat prairie field, was as special as its backdrop. Moving closer to the rock, I instantly felt the ancient energy, and visualized the many tribes that must have gathered upon and around this rock. As we explored every inch of this gorgeous erratic, I noticed that every time I took a picture from a certain location along the circumference, a haze, or glaze, or mist of sorts appeared in the photos. The only way I can explain this is that it looked as though there was a wave of energy and light that spiraled up from the ground of the rock. As I made my way to the back of the rock, my kids pointed out the crack that was a few feet wide, and just enough to create a separate rock formation. It seemed as though the gigantic rock was sliced in half by a geographical shake, or lightning bolt, and smooth and semi-polished over time. As the sun shone square through the very spot where I was standing, the profound symbolism hit me. This broken and profound rock was symbolic for all that I had experienced in the many challenging, darkened, limited and fearful lifetimes that have brought me to the awareness of where I sit now. Ready for acknowledgement and release, I allow Gaia and the big rock to teach me yet another life lesson. My heart painfully released the acknowledgement of how hardened I have allowed myself to become. The myriad of lifetimes upon infinite realms where I have experienced tragic death, fear, and separation, and loneliness that comes from breaking free from the masses to speak your truth, and it had all had an adverse affect on my soul. The ability to know self-love is the most profound life lesson and one that most are working on, as we move into this next phase of planetary ascension. Lack of self-worth keeps us in a state of stagnancy, and hardens us over time. The polarity and duality of it is that we intuitively know that softening and self-love is where all answers and expansion resides, so in this, those that are ready, forge ahead. This is why the Divine Feminine is stirring within us all during these summer ascension energies. We are being offered the refinements so that we may soften and nurture the aspects that have become hard and sheltered over time. As we collapse into an infinite perspective of time and space, we open ourselves up to the love that was kept behind the protective wall that many of us create. Symbolism offered in the rock erected out of a flat prairie ground is enough to stir the loneliness and solitude from anyone, and it drove home the very depth to which I had held love back. I was opening the door to the divine gifts offered in the very presence of this profound rock, and it would be one that tasted like acceptance, surrender, and the embracing of all that I had become, so that I could move into a higher state of being. I logically knew this, and self-love was resonating from the ground, showing me the strength that reside within, and have it all wash through me. I was being offered the emotional and energetic presence of what I have been teaching for years, and here at this very special place called Big Rock. Self-love allows us to engage in the infinite ways that are possible within our ever-expanding reality paradigm. The wider our bandwidth stretches and expands, the more ways we are shown and introduced into the infinite pool of love that is the bedding of creation. Self-love truly is the path to any experience you desire, and the more open you are to experiencing it in new ways, the more magical, mystical, and endless your synchronicity will be. Self-love is the entanglement and free flow of intimate connection and enrichment of all life within creation. The more we expand and love, the more we desire to love, to know, and show creation all we can be, for it is our gift to Source, our loving appreciation for this life and any life within existence. These are all aspects that I have been consciously working on and allowing, trusting, and softening into so that I too can move with Gaia into the unknown. It has become a part of my everyday awareness. This softening is the catalyst for the divine feminine energies to emerge through us, and remind us of the depth to which we are loved and supported. Self-love, divine feminine, is not an option, but a requirement for fifth-dimensional existence. As the heart softens, it gives way to greater fragments of light, and can weather the refinements from here on out, and is gifted again from the auspices of Source. Just as I aligned my phone to take a picture that could justify how I felt, I was instantly shown the symbolism to my own life theme. There was no map, there was no one guiding me to where I needed to be, and yet there I was. There was no guru, no GPS, and in this reality focus, this particular lifetime, I was exactly where I wanted to be. The message was given and received, and as perfectly as the sun shone, and as perfectly as the rock stood, there I was to soak it all in. I have been sensing the divine feminine rising within me lately, and with the courage of a lioness and the strength of a bull, I knew I had to feel the purity of self-love to move forward on in this ascension blueprint. I have been consciously balancing a reality in which I had survived within for eons, and that reality had allowed me the most profound lessons in strength, courage, and determination. I am ready to move on, and however beneficial every earth lifetime has offered my soul, I know that limitation and fear is now graciously being left behind. In the many challenges, atrocities, and darkened times upon a 3D world, has unknowingly hardened many aspects of who I am, and I inadvertently became closed and somewhat emotionally distant. Hardened, alone, and trusting very few, this rock was what I have become. Just as the rock that rose from the flat prairie land, I too was being lifted from all that I thought I knew and being placed perfectly in alignment to see the light that this beautifully symbolic moment gifted. I stood in awe of every crevasse, for it was symbolic of every lifetime, every story and tale that was colored by the determination we have all felt to see this plan of ascension through to the brighter new earth potential we know exists. Filled with love and compassion, I stood in awe of the lessons washing through me. This is one of those moments that true self-love sinks in, and it hit me with profound resolve. I had seen what Gaia offered for me, and I felt the loving support from my team and spirit guides. This co-creation was not only synchronistic, but it was beautiful and somewhat mystical. The kids climbed and played, touching the surface of this aged rock. I just stood staring into the afternoon light, enjoying the sun peeking through the fracture. My spirit felt light and free, as I held back the tears of this loving connection and entanglement. I had become hard, protective, and unsure about many things, and over the past 8 years, my path had literally turned all I knew upside down. What I thought I knew, what I thought I came here for, all of what I was and knew, was turned on its side. I was being shown that my path was far greater and brighter than I could have ever imagined, and this rock was a symbol of all the lifetimes of pain and angst that I energetically just set free. For many, many years I have hid behind a veil of rock-hard, self-worth illusions. This rock was bold, and erected with every earthly rumble and shuffle, and through time, through storm and blizzard, drought and famine, it stands shining the light of a new dawn for those willing to see. How peaceful the prairie is on a hot summer day, and this rock, this land, this experience, was just another way to engage with creation in an synchronistically symbolic way. Intimate and beautiful, so too is the big rock of Okotoks. I aligned my camera with the gap in the rock, the sun, the shadows, and the ancient land seemed to reveal my entangled presence. I had allowed my heart, the center of who I am, to utterly surrender into source, and as I did, felt the pierce of the light warm right through me. Many earthly experiences have been clouded in dark and corrosive times, and in such darkness, one creates the shadows, the jagged edges that this rock so artistically pointed out. From the beauty of a lush and vast terrain, there stands a monumental rock, jagged and rough, smooth and still, and somewhat out of place. We all have moments that we do not fit, and just as this mountainous rock offers in all of its uniqueness, we stand in the middle of chaos with honor and the knowingness that we too are divinely loved and profoundly required. We have always fit, and we have always belonged. It is the chaos bred from limitation and fear that no longer fits, and in this refined reality, we manifest the unlimited potential from where we sit right now, and regardless of how cold and treacherous this earthly plane has been, we are the very symbols of what resides in all things peaceful, harmonious, abundant, and richly fifth-dimensional. Awaken, dear lighted ones, and unveil the symbolism that floats and drifts within your everyday life, because it is the storyline to your blueprint. Symbolism truly sits within every experience for us to discover, recognize, and unearth, and as we do, we can design how and what it means to us. Within you, within me, there is potential of the divine feminine to see everything through the eyes of love, and if we do, we rise bold and free in the way that Source has designed. There is profundity in all symbolism, and we have the power to create new meaning within our lives and release the debt of fear and pain that held us behind the rock-hard gates of conditioning. We are constantly being shown that we are one with it all, and the potential for change resides within the light of Source, and that resides within each of us. Any potential for change resides within your willingness to accept and define what swirls around you. As within, so without. Just as any other integration and ascension energy trigger, this profound big rock, on this lovely 08/08 weekend, was the portal that allowed me to see that we are all unique formations and aspects of Gaia, awaiting for remembrance and recognition. We are the grass, we are the stone, we are the dirt, we are the oceans, and the air, and the elementals, and the wildlife. We are in every aspect of this reality, and it is symbolic in every way. It is a profound reflection of Source and another way for us to unveil the truth of how utterly powerful we are, and what can be unveiled upon this earthly plane. The moment of awakening, the profound moment of self-discovery that we are much more than we see in the mirror, and all that we see, feel, hear, desire, love, and know is meaningful and entangled within us to tell a story to creation. This earthly plane will continue to offer multidimensional experiences for us to tune into on every level, and as the synchronicity will be guided by the higher self and celestial teams that know the blueprint we have written for ourselves, we unify across all frequencies and galaxies. As we gather in these sacred light circles to commune and align with Source and our own divinity, we sense symbolism in every way, and its profound unfolding will show itself in perfect timing. And so, dear lighted ones, as we go about our daily lives, remember the way in which Gaia speaks. She offers us infinite potentials for engagement, expansion, and enlightenment, and it is all held within the power of symbolism, and it speaks to us through the heart. Trust your path and what you are drawn to, and play with creative abandon. Go forth without maps, without a plan, and know if you surrender to Source, if you allow yourself to surrender to the design that you so carefully etched for yourself, you will be guided exactly where you need to be, and you will receive the exact message you are meant to take in. We are the experience of the soul, and we are the experience of Source at this unique level of frequency, in these unique bodies and personalities. We are remembering our innate desire to love, to be loved, to be cared for by Source and all within creation. Whether your path is a dark, forested dirt road, or a 6-lane highway, know you are forever watched and guided. We are creating the very awakening that can allow us to see, feel, and to know the beauty and potential that glistens from the fractured rock of a world order we use to swim within. When we are born into this realm, we allow ourselves to forget all we knew to be true as the spirit we were, so that we could courageously and authentically erupt as the pure divine spirit essence. Source knew we were capable of this, and this is why we are here. Just as the profound site of the Big Rock Glacial Erratic stands to this day, offering its symbolism, wisdom, and light for those that desire to see beyond the obvious, so too is the determination to see another earthly lifetime move into enlightened awareness. You may feel as if you stand alone and against the grain, and if this is so, then take in the presence of this rock and the wisdom that it offers. For in all that is unique, out of place, and driven to the stars, there is light breaking forth for a new story to begin and be set free to the winds of change. Just as the summer storm swirled in and out, whisking any fear and doubt up and away, so too are the offerings of divinely orchestrated symbolisms and celestial alignments. These special alignments are not given their names by coincidence or accident. Portals, gateways, are the potential of great change, and for all those who desire to tap into the energies offered, there will always be teams of beings and guides standing by to escort you through the gates of change and spirited potential. Every step, every breath, every aspect you experience is the symbolic story that is you, and how you mirror this to creation in your own unique way. Each moment is a path, each thought is a potential for what may be, and know that if you let go and allow yourself to embody the spirit within, you will always be shown the way home. If you are willing to stand in silence, dear lighted ones, you will always be shown the symbols that color your creation story. You will always have the opportunity to know the depth to which Source and creation reside within you. And in this, there is deep and profound love to be unveiled and activated. Heed the call of spirit, and heed the call of the heart desiring its embrace and re-engagement with all that creation has to offer, and it starts by recognizing and defining the infinite symbolism within your everyday life. Whether you feel the desire to soften your heart, move with the prairie wind, or swirl like the summer storm, whatever it is that unfolds before you, it is merely another way for you to know you. From the light that peeks through the broken glacial erratic, to the vision of a celestial family member zipping through the darkened summer night, whatever it is that signals your presence to stir into an awakened state, know you are the symbol of a new path unfolding. You are all aspects within your reality, and you are the promise of new light within this infinite quantum webbing. Every aspect is you desiring its moment to be seen, loved, acknowledged, and embraced just as Big Rock does so boldly in the flat bed of the prairie grass. Embrace every symbol, for it is a reflection of the infinite as it is etched within the crystal that is your multidimensional potential. Every tree, every breeze that breaks the silence on the pond, every dragonfly, every flora and fauna upon Gaia, it is all perfectly designed for you, by you, and it is the key to another profound soul lesson to love and heal the ache that desires to feel whole again. You are this profound, and there is symbolism in all things, and in this symbolism you are creating the frequency to support conscious first contact. You are a symbol to source, and everything within your life is symbolic for you, just as you are the spark within the eye of creation. This is a beautiful ride, dear lighted ones, so awaken within the dream and tap into the divine message around every corner. Blessings and light. Joanna L. Ross. Intuitive visionary, esoteric teacher, ambassador for New Earth, author, public speaker. UniversalUnity.ca. Jamie at AwakeningOurTruth.com. Ascension updates and events. Be sure to connect on our public speaking events for what is new with Ascension events. You can tune in from the comfort of your home and your intention will allow your energies to be with us. We will be streaming events that can be streamed, and the information and links will be on the events that can be streamed. Also know that if you desire to host an event in your city, email me and we can work out the details together. As we sort out where the energy allows us to travel to, I am happy and excited to look at any opportunity to serve in this way. Email me at joanna@universalunity.ca, and a minimum of 20 people would be a great start to make the travel costs meet the registration costs. universalunity.ca web link. * We will be in Glasgow and Edinburgh in September, 11-14th. For those who so desire a small gathering, please feel free to email me. Ascension Books. Fifth Dimensional Consciousness. UniversalUnity.ca web link * is now available on Amazon, and if you send in your proof of purchase, you receive 25% off of a private intuitive reading, or private Ascension class with me until August 24, 2015. Thank you for your patience and excitement for this, and as I work on Book 2, know that your energy and love allows me to rise up and re-engage with heightened potentials and frequencies. You are celebrated around the cosmos. Thank you. Copyright Karma. Copyright by Joanna L. Ross 2015, DBA Universal Unity. All rights reserved. Permission is given to copy and distribute this material, provided the content is copied in its entirety and unaltered from its written form, is distributed freely, and this copyright notice and links are included, all protected by copyright law.